Okay, we're back. Touhou, you know how it go. Why is my internet losing frames? Did you have to cook in? Probably. I believe there's only two more in game day to cooking. And my internet doesn't want to work. So I believe I will beat the 20 days, because I got days 19 and 20 left. So unless it turns out there's even more afterwards. Which would be cool. Weird that in Hyper, you don't actually have to be directly below the target because you don't have any straight up damage. It's all homing in Hyper. Ah, shit. Not the best kill timing. Oh, nope. No my frames. Blue guy, you would never screw me over here. I didn't get as much P as I should have there, but fortunately it shouldn't be a problem. As long as you get this resummon. Get 3.0 here. Actually, I didn't even need to resummon it 3.0. Ubame. Ubane. Ah, that was the awkward spot for the fast bullet to be. Yeah. You can't that's a late spawn, but unfortunately it's just the nature of how your chaining goes on the second section here. Like, just sometimes they give you good chains and sometimes they don't. Dude, they shoot for so long. This game has so many small things that are just cruel and unusual. This is gonna be a late spawn, yeah, this is probably a... Wait, was that summon? Underestimate how much they give. Get bookaboo. Thing is, you kind of gotta force a cutback, so you could try to get all the hyper sauce. So you kind of need a hyper there. That break is gonna be costly. So I gotta just do some weird bullshit, you know? Bro, why is my internet deciding not to be happy today? on the right. Okay, now they appear in line. Great blue guy, little view. Really hyper there for some work. Step down real quick. Okay, Obama once again. I got so greedy. Merry Christmas. Display. I wanted to greet out only a single bomb and Ubame, but that was not a good idea. Made a video of an hour worth of ego all over the bench shooting. That's all you need in life. It's the most beautiful sound effect of all time. Stagoto, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm just dying over and over to this early game because this early game is hella great. And everyone loves it, but appreciate the raid. Hope your stream went well. Get like a hyper. There you go. Is that a good hyper timing? No, definitely not. Sleep roll hours, good ASMR. Well, if it's on YouTube, you can just right-click the video and put loop on. If it's on phone, it's actually easier to do it. You just click the setting button. One time try and get LNB in this one. Okay, you say trying. Did you get the LNB and did you leave? Or did you leave, I should say. Excuse me. Are you... getting walled by the stage one boss. Died to Arya final. And then did you give up? Actually, I think a better question is what shots were you using? No success. That makes sense. This game is kind of brutal in many stages of the game. Yeah, I drifted too much. Don't worry, one of these days I'll get off of stage 1, and then I'll die immediately at stage 2, and then cry. Give me my hyper. Do it. Do it. Never mind. I just killed him. I just killed him raw. Needles and focused homing. You lose me at unfocused needles, but you pick me back up again at focused homing. So I suppose that's fine. I suppose we'll tolerate needles for a moment. Safe by pre-mid possible. Not with that attitude. Everyone knows that stage 5 pre-mid and then the mid as well is perfectly fine. And why? What is wrong with me? I spent 20 minutes trying to get past stage 1. Everyone knows that stage 5 is peak game design. Honestly, in my opinion, it's not even the black butterfly. Or the black butterflies, plural. I need to do some practice to get my brain out of the gutter. It's the section immediately. It's the transition immediately after the black butterflies that's just the worst. Wish I had a hyper. I got my hyper. What do the green hypers even do? Now that I think about it. Can you imagine if I could actually break a pyramid with homing? Yeah. Bad pyramid timing. So I assume that red 1 is very simple. I assume that I'm losing frames again. One just gives a bomb piece if you don't get hit. But there's DDC versus a B bomb. Because now that I think about it, it's like red 1 and blue 1. I'm assuming because like this is blue 1, just gives you strong homing for a little bit, and red 1 I'm assuming is just strong needle for a little bit. And most people are probably familiar with Y2 by now. But then I thought I was like, you know, I don't actually know any of the other fuck. I cannot play right now. But then I thought about it, I was like, you know, I cannot actually tell you what any of the other hypers actually do. You son of a bitch. Going this time for sure. This is misery right now. Or this time for sure. Yeah, give me that massive chain, baby. Then this is the versus games all over again. Excuse me, homing. Forgot I never rely on homing to kill a pyramid. Okay, a 19 hitter here. That's not something I see every day. I see every run. Is that good? When does that get me the next incident? Probably on the climb up here. So not anything unusual. Finally another good hyper timing and incident timing. Well, you don't necessarily need hyper there, but... Okay, I never throw to you. Hello, Blue Pyramid. Let's just do the thing I should have done 15 minutes ago. Why is the Blue Pyramid not dead? We love spell 2 as Owen, by the way. Neat. Holy crap, I'm seeing stage 2. How long till I die? I love enemies that spawn on the bottom of the screen. Green guys first, then the blue. Focused homing is so good. The unfocused homing is so bad. The bomb or not the bomb? We always greed and never get punished. Ooh, I broke. Should I be doing this right now? Yeah, it's fine. Nothing to see here. I cannot believe I got through that section bombless and deathless. Everything just happened to work well. It's unbelievable. Now to not throw to Chimmy. Fortunately, I would never do that. Oh, buddy, the greed consumes me. Oh, did not like that one. That's fine. Let's do the responsible things. Can I get a hyper here? Woo, buddy. I hate this spell. I hate so much, let's just bomb it so I can also break the pyramid. Can I rush this down with the hyper? Oh, broke it. The answer is yes, I can. Cool. Okay, surely stage 3 is also gonna go great. Right, these guys. Then straight into the yellow guys. I don't love you, Blue Pyramid, right now, not gonna lie. I want you dead. Especially because you got a life piece inside you. Ooh, another pyramid. I hate enemies from the bottom. I should graze this as much as I can. Give me hyper, give me hype. Oh, we got the stone. Nice, hyper, I meant stone. Next comes blue crit, or this guy. Project, hello, Fammy. I actually dodged that. What's next? This. Yeah, I really was. Do I want to trigger that hyper immediately? Why are you right there? I wish I had a hyper for what's coming up. And I don't have a bomb either. Yeesh, this might eat a life and a bomb. Wait, incident zone? Incident zone, give me the bomb piece? That's a life piece. I really hope that would work, knowing that it wasn't going to. Ooh, and now I have no power going into... Could you, like, die? Holy moly. Now I have... I'll hit max power. Oh, I might have to double bomb. It'll be fine. Terrible spot to be in. Got the 1 and 3, she moves to the left, followed by the just entrapment. Nice. What do I do here? Do I bomb to kill that pyramid? I love bumper crop. Never mind, pyramid died naturally. That was a little too close to her. Could you, like, move my direction on these laser knots? Or on our way to move as far away from you as possible on every movement opportunity. Oop. Fine, still killing. I don't know where I am. Fine. Broke the hyper, which is sad, but you know what? It's fine. We're one death. One death going to stage 4 is fine. And more than that's a little questionable, but this is the stage of tragedies. Stage of good stage design. What cleared? I bought it because I was like, oh, it's gonna get bad. And then the bullets got cleared. What happened? Was there a pyramid that I wasn't completely oblivious to? I love being able to see. It's my favorite pastime. I hate this! It's fine. No, I don't have a bomb right now. Break the pyramid. Break the pyramid. Break the pyramid. Please. That wasn't, all I... Okay, you know what? I got the bomb. I got the bomb. What's next? What's next? Bottom guy? No, we're back to the top. There are still bomb guys again at some point. I don't know when they appeared. I don't remember if they're after this or after the mid-boss. They're right here. Oh, I answered that question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Now I only have one bomb to the mid-boss. Well, that was a throw. Never mind. I just brought on that. Ooh, I like these. Okay, spinning. Ay! Ooh! We never throw. Next stone. That's actually good, because that gets a lot of hyper gauge. Well, I want the hyper on the first spell, not the non. Honestly, for like what that could be, that was a really solid stage portion. Best thing in the entire game. Remember, the hyper does not bail you out here. Yeah, I can't stop throwing on this spell. I just need to fucking bomb it. Well, that's this run in the garbage. Alright, we clutch out and have an insane late game Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, I can't bomb. So. I might as well play the stage 5 just for some more experience on it. Why would I do that line? Nice clear. Nice spell cap. Even if I have a perfect Toyohime, it's still not going to bail me out. Too far behind now. Hey, I actually did it properly. Okay, what is it? Black butterfly time? I forgot the fact that when you're homing, it's harder to damage them. Get that leg piece. We like corner gaming. Oh, it's you. Excuse you? Excuse you? The bomb like just like lasts like not quite as long as you'd want it to. The fact that I got through that. Stop shooting, stop shooting. As I did is honestly kind of incredible. I hate this. I should have been blocking. Damn, another throw. Because now I don't have max power going to Touhou, and I lost a hit's worth of resources. That was a phenomenal stage 5 for what it could be, and then I threw it at the very edge. So yeah, we can have a great Touhou, mate. Excuse you? Okay. Stall. Bomb. This sounds cringe. Fortunate. Pyramid, why are you tanking all the bullets? I hate the spell. Hopefully a single bomb clears it. Clears it, no. Okay! Frame rate, woo! Well, I mean, there's no... Like, I have to play out of my mind on this stage 5 with this resource pool. And that's not a good start for that. Yeah, this is... And I missed that bomb piece, too. This, yeah, it's so cooked. It's still gonna eat another bomb. That was a terrible bomb. I'm gonna have to die now. Don't worry, we can man our way through the green section. Saved by the hyper? Oh, right. Unfortunately, can't kill pyramids during this part. Dude, you could farm so many pyramids if you were the shot type that could let you do that here. Well, maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. The more I think about it. I hope the next pyramid gives me a bomb piece, because I don't think I'm gonna get enough pyramids that gives me 2 bomb pieces. They're 2 life pieces. Hello, Arya. Put some socks on. Good grief, girl. That's GG. I mean, if everything else up till now wasn't, that certainly is. Bombed on the hyper. Alright, let's just bleed to death. Good luck, Kate. Raise the stones. No, you dodge the stones so you hopefully die. Or don't die. Yeah, not having... Not having max power here is really quite tragic. Because I'm going to bomb after this again. It was just a bad Yuimon. Great hyper position, or great stone positioning, by the way. Hit the bomb piece, go. Oh wait, no, I died, so the bomb piece didn't matter. No, that's not how it works. It does carry over. You have to... What am I doing with that? You have to go to the left so much earlier than that. It didn't matter. Oh, what a dog shit run. Sorry, this time we don't throw to everything on stage 4 and 5. Maybe I'll get out of stage 1 quicker than 35 minutes. Stone? spend on Hyper. I shouldn't have spent all of it. I should have spent, like, maybe like a quarter. Neat. Well, at least I didn't get trapped on stage 1 again. Can't get a good stage 2. What's that green guy from the top? Yeah. I think I should try to find the Hyper to have a Hyper going straight into this. That appears to be a very good idea. On the transition here. Expecting a stone here. Okay, 2 bombs going into Chimmy. Do I greed the first non? It would be really nice if I could. Potentially. Just like that. How did that not break? Oh no, Hyper. Okay. Thank you, homie. You the goat. I should probably just bomb this. Let's just do it. I'll try to play my way out. Do the save a resource line. Right. Here comes everyone's favorite, Death Fairies. She made that initial line too. Oh, I didn't even get the kill? Damn, why did that fairy have so much HP? XP is going to be a little bit tricky here. I don't need to milk a ton of graves here. Probably have to bomb this last guy. No, well, that, you know, I really should. Hold the max P going to Noreko, which is also big. Okay, if I can do this, the first two attacks without a bomb, that's also sick. But I will bomb this, should I have to. Ooh, yeesh. Excuse me, Green Pyramid? Yeah, that pyramid was so bad. Oh, that's disastrous. I love the pyramid, the invincible pyramid. Oh, the pyramid left! Oh, that's even worse. That's just disastrous, stage 3. I wonder if it's worth trying. I mean, it definitely is worth to do the first part, but like, I wonder if it's worth to route out resource spending and potentially just go into, like, just keep going until I can LN and Noreko. Not through Nareko, because I'm not going to LNet stage 1 and 2. Or the stage portion of stage 3, but... But it might be necessary, unless I, like, want to giga learn the late game. Which, the only reason I would want to do that is if I really want to stick around for, like, an LNB or something. Which I don't think I want to. It's probably worth practicing out Nareko more. To make sure I can do that at a better rate. Yeah, I'll think about it, 11. I'll think about it. Great homing spell design. Sorry, the LB grind. Does it look like the LB grind? Game. Nice. Also, I like Kageyama. It's probably just the... require a bit more stage portion. Yeah, that's not good. That's gonna give me a worse kill. Never mind. Perfectly fine for a kill. I mean, the answer is probably just trying to find a deathless look through stage 3. Not the best time to paper. I'm not gonna be able to cheese on with this. Never mind, still fine. Say not great bomb timing, but it actually ended up being fine. Yeah, the answer is probably to route Shimmy out a bit better. And the stage 3 stage portion out a bit better. And then try to optimize my Norekos as best as possible. And then just let the resources carry in the late game. And try not to throw as much as like I did last run, but... like, if you have it... Yeah, let's just go hop up practice for that. Like, realistically, it's probably a bomb on Non 2, but then cap everything else on Shimmy. For extra stage, yes. I always do the extra stages. Cleared every single one. Except this game. For the sake of practice purposes, I might as well bomb Non 2 in the middle of this, in the middle of practice, because I'm always going to bomb Non 2. Unless I have, like, a hyper timed, like, properly for this, I'm always going to... well, I say that and immediately do that. I love the 1 and 3 for her to move away from me. That spell's gonna be the hardest part about trying to do this properly, but I don't think I can have the resources to bomb that. Yeah, with the extra clear, right? And I don't have a single extra clear in that game to my name. Don't think I want to look at all shot combinations once you see it. Ooh, this first nun is... there's a world where you want to set up a hyper for this, specifically. Wait, would that be in total? There's 8 stones for 4 slots across 2 characters, so... and you can use the same stone each slot, so... 8 times 4... well, but it works more in tandem with that, right? Yeah. An awful lot. Actually found stone. Yeah. But the common stone, I believe, kind of decreases. Well, no, it doesn't necessarily. The good news is, if you go into this empty on gauge, you'll always get a hyper there. So you just have to kind of do non-1 and spell 1. And this spell. So that's not the worst. Problem is if you do it otherwise, then you have to do the forced. But I guess if you could cheese out like this, that would definitely help out a lot. This would also help out, but probably less so. So I guess the question then is, do I need to force myself to only one bomb Ubame? Because if I double, say I double bomb Ubame, and say I two bomb stage 2, it's putting me through with 4, and then that would leave me to need like 2 bombs on the 2 to 3 bombs on stage 2. How many bombs do you how many other more bombs do you earn by stage 3? I could theoretically learn a route on Ubame to avoid 0 bombs. That is the optimal thing to do, but like that also sucks ass. It worked. Try and do that spell. That not resist. I don't know. There's probably not a world. Like, depending on if I have a hyper at one of these, well, specifically this one, hyper on the spell doesn't do anything. Should probably just accept the reality of the double bomb here. Maybe I can do that. I'm hyper on spell 1 for non-2. I'm not. Spell 1 is not a spell you want to linger on. Although, if I depends on where I'm at performing, because the problem is I'm usually coming into here raw. There's probably some cheese at the top where I can do some quick shenanigans. Or cheeking out some extra. Because, like, I get, like, 3/4. Does anyone know she shoots that out at, like, a little bit random? Oh, it seems to be pretty consistent. That only filled me up like a third. Let me look at non-1 raw, approximately how much I'm getting, to figure out how much I need. I love frames, by the way, internet. I'm also not, actually wait, this might not even work as much, because I'm not at 4.0 power during this. Your way perfectly great. I mean, you get... That's a lot. It's hard to get a lot of grays up there. Because you cannot linger. It's probably just best to stall. If they did not explode into a pool of blood, this would be so much easier. Yeah, that works. Probably better stall on this than to try to do any extra shenanigans on none 2. Having immediately just paying attention to the time down there is a little tricky. Fortunately, the first wave of these isn't too bad, and then you can, depending on how your not 1 looks, that's fine. Not that bad. Oh, the spell is so... It's probably just best to raw dog, like to just force that. And then you feel a lot less bad if you bomb on stage 2 twice. That gives you probably 2 bombs on stage 3. We might need 3, but if you 3 bomb stage 3 during the stage, then you have, but like you're making up 2 from stage 1, so you still have plenty. And then the trick is just trying to LNN or maybe 1 miss Nareko, or 1 bomb Nareko on specifically non-3. Or if you have to bomb prior, then you have to draw dog non-3, but it is just what it is, right? I'm practicing this at 3.2 power though. Which with this I should never be at 3.0 power. In a situation I would be if I'm playing out a run just to get more practice. Pyramids can cuck you a little there, but I think that's inevitable. Hitbox moment? Bumper Crop's also gonna cuck you, but it is what it is, right? Maybe it'll do, maybe if I think about it tomorrow before I stream. I can actually, like, route down the late game. Oop. This is a bad spot to be. To figure out exactly what I need. I probably don't need to be this specific, but with how it is, you probably need to be really concrete. Like, it's gonna be tight on resources probably, regardless. But if I can have a more concrete late game route, then I can be more confident in just going through everything there. These last two attacks should be fine. I'll play them out on 3.0 power. I'm not gonna bomb this attack in practice. Okay, never mind. In practice, maybe I just should. So that's not an attack you're gonna want to cap to cap and run. Spell and Graves Wolves right up. Or yeah, I could stall out on spell 2. I guess I should look then to see how much does a single hyper, because the only downside is that a hyper doesn't necessarily, like, a hyper bails you out a lot less on her nons than it does normally because the lasers completely ignore the hyper. But you do at least get the damage boost. And you can cheese your way through a bubble if you need to. So it's probably still good. I mean, it's definitely better than not having one. As long as there isn't an incident stone. Yeah, and then you purposely run into the ball there. Clear that. That actually works well. Well, I mean, it worked once. Obviously, that means it works well and is super consistent. Of course, depending on exactly where you time it. Tough game, Witcher. Will cause some variance in it. But it definitely works. The only next best optimization would be optimizing the Death Fairy at the very, very end of Stage 3. But does he give you a bomb or a life? I don't actually know if he gives you a full bomb or just a life. Or a full life or just a bomb. You also shouldn't shoot during the entirety of that time down. Save a bit of hyper for this. Honestly, it's probably worth it to purposely get hit during hyper on that as well. Honestly, if you have a hyper here, it's probably also worth it here. To purposely run for the... Yeah, you should probably purposely run to a bullet there. Although, again, it kind of depends on the timing. Like, that's awkward timing. Or you could just play well enough where you don't need to. And I still threw. Yeah, but no, that's good there. And I'll die to the final, and then it'll all be for naught. Okay, well, I definitely won't hit a run today. It'll probably take me a while to actually get run. And if I do today, it's not going to go anywhere because I don't have a late route, but... I mean, there's a chance it's good enough that I can just raw dog it late. No, stage 4, yeah. Anything else seems... I mean, it's definitely, like, possible otherwise, but, like, I'd have to really... Like, until I specifically route out my bombs... it should just be played as if you're gonna know, you have to know this through stage 4, or through stage 3, excuse me. Which I can do, I've done it on a run. Unfortunately, it was a run before I had any Arya experience, so it was cursed from the beginning. I should say, yeah, no miss up to stage 4. Stage 4 is going to have that depth. That is inevitable. But, like, there's at least a chance I could figure out back to stage 5. I mean, the only section really worth practicing on stage 5 is the very, very beginning. Well, that's not necessarily true. The very, very end as well could be worth it, but... So the revenge whips are planned? That's a good question. I don't have an answer to that yet, because I haven't planned that. Planned that far yet. Oh, what? How did he not die? Again, that one should be fine. It's definitely not fine at all. No, it's... Can't break before the second one's dead. I still gotta get used to doing some of my things on stage 1 here. And stage 2. Like potentially stalling on spell 1. And well, doing spell 2. Down as much as the hyper you can here. You want to have the hyper going into this. It's decent group. Yeah, I looked up at the HP bar. Second easiest run? Is this even the second easiest run? I just gotta get a feeling of how much damage I'm dealing with spell 1. I can't look up at the health bar during it. I'm just gonna have to get a feel. It's honestly probably just go like 2 waves. I'm gonna assume Blue 1 Hyper is not the second best Hyper in the game. Maybe I'm mistaken. Those baby mode? Well, Y2 is just the strongest Hyper in the game. No question about that. What's Y1's Hyper? What does that do? Late summon and late hyper. So that might affect things moving forward from here. Maybe at least secretly be really good. The fact that he is not dying. Barely hit 3.0, wow. Barrier that absorbs hits while the hyper is active. Absorbs hit, drains hyper duration. Yeah, that's probably the second best one. A little debatable probably, but I'd assume it's probably the second best one. So just stall out on that a little bit more. Hope the red Wonderstone being here doesn't cuck me. Looking at my homing bullets, though, it absolutely is going to cuck me. Purposely break to clear, and I still die. If you thought me being on stage 1 for half an hour earlier was bad, ooh, you should see it now. Whoa, excuse you. Games with dog shit stage 1? Absolutely, the stage 1 is turbo ass. Like, it's probably the second hardest or hardest stage 1. Asterisk, shot type asterisk a little bit, but... Like, someone is going to inevitably say that, no, Saren's harder, but, like, who cares about the nuances? They're both... Like, both these stage 1s are brutal. Average hard stage 1s. Yeah, the ranking is Saren at 1. Everyone else is a notable notch below it, probably. Well, probably depending on who you ask. There are some of the really, really top that might say something like Miruko. But Miruko's definitely not 1. At least to the average player. Nazrin's definitely up there. Yamame probably deserves... Yamame deserves an honorable mention. Not Roomba. I don't think Wriggle. I don't think... They're definitely not Letty. Letty is honestly in the running for potentially being, like, the easiest. At the very least, you can combine the stage and the fight. It's definitely up there. Subterranean in stage isn't bad. It's the Yamame is definitely the escalator there. UFO is a little bit problematic. Definitely in the highest conversation. 10 Desires, I don't think TD is that bad. Pretty sure it's not too shabby. Am I going to be able to break that hyper in time? By the hyper, I mean that it's to do. Yeah, it'll be fine. Ooh, bad hyper. Waggy Saggy. Waggy's not that bad, I don't think. I mean, Waggy's a little bit problematic. That stage also, I think, has some tricks, but I don't. It's probably up there. It's probably above average. I don't know where it is necessarily on that list. Saren, top of the list, ignoring 20. Hidden Star, survival-wise, I don't think it's that high up there. Eika, I mean, Eika deserves honorable mention, but I did not spend a long time in Eika. I can't speak too confidently about her. Ooh, I might trigger it too early. Yeah, way too early. Are my bullets good enough to kill the red guy? Not when he hides. And he left. Is that worth it then? Maybe it is, because you get another instant summon here. Hello, Hobbs. I shouldn't bait that, you know, there's no point. Other runs? Eh. Okay. I had one fine one. Michael Cat. Michael Cat's also up there for one of the hardest stage ones. Time to throw on this stage, so it doesn't matter. Really? Absolutely. That stage 1 for LNN purposes. Although even outside of that, honestly, like even casually, it's still a pain in the ass. Like, it's not going to be number 1, but like, I don't know if anyone's going to disagree with you if you put it at like 2 or 3. Yeah, 3. Unlucky. I should have just waited until I get the hyper. Roaring mode? What the fuck are you talking about, no roaring mode? I'm talking about UM18, the game with the cards. I'm talking about Michael Cat, not Aika. I mean, I commented that Aika herself is a little bit of a problem. That's a hitbox moment. Actually, I think it's more of a high frame moment, but I'm not talking about Aika here. I'm talking about Michael. I'm talking about UM. I'm talking about the game where you deal no damage in a stage 1 boss that's actually also terrifying. About 17. Well, she's an animal, and 17's about animals, so it's not the furthest from reality. Michael Cat is terrible. There's a world... Okay, ignoring Touhou 20 right now. Right? Because it's still new enough. Still gotta run through some beats. It's quite possibly the second hardest stage 1 across the other games. There could be people that consider it harder than Seirin, and that's stage 1. Now, I don't know how many people would. Probably not much, but there probably would be people who would say that. I think it's more than fair. I think it's more than justified to do with Michael. For how brutal she can be. And that, like, it's just... I should be shooting him. Like Michael's brutal, but, like, it's not just, like, Michael being bad, but it's the whole thing being, like, tricky. Combined with your damage output is literally 0. So it just makes a lot of that shit just so much more tedious on stage 1. What's the best stage 1? Best as in my favorite, or best as in easiest? I can't speak confidently enough about Touhou 2, 4, and 5 to speak to their stage 1s. That I like the most? Imperishable Night, probably. Mostly because the stage theme is the best stage 1 stage theme. Although PCB is probably a close second. But I gotta give it to Imperishable Night in this situation. Stage 1 theme slander. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but, like, it's definitely not as good as Imperishable Night. You spell I hate more than Hydro? You're forgetting that the Satori Lottery exists. You're forgetting that Fog Labyrinth exists. You're forgetting that that one bullshit Yomu attack existed. Shoot the bullet. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. That one, despite not taking as long as most of them, pissed me off more than most. But I didn't spend as long as it on Hydro, so I probably still hate Hydro more. Doppler effect exists, and now someone's gonna say, well, that's a fighting game spell, it doesn't count, but, like, I still don't care. Hydro's probably one, but it's not like it's the furthest thing away. And as I get more and more further removed from Mountain of Faith. That'll probably shift a little bit. I do not have an incident right now. My incident gauge is currently nothing. Cool looking spell. What are you talking about? Hydro or something else? Or is the Yomu spell or something else? Or the Satori Lottery. The Satori Lottery is cool looking, I will say. Doppler effect. Yeah, Doppler effect is cool looking. I'll give it that. Is Doppler even my least favorite from the fighting games, to be fair? Probably not. I hate Pandemonium. And Fog Labyrinth, honestly, from the fighting game, too. It's just Doppler's effect is the easy one to call out. Ooh, actually, there's the fucking laser attack that I despise with the passion that Yukari has. Oh, what is that one called from? Immaterial Missing Power. Oh, I can't remember it. There's that laser attack I can't think of the name of. And, probably anything Patchy has as well in Immaterial Missing Powers also. Complete dog poop, and I hate. Yes, oh, I think it might be like Flying Insect Nest. Is it? Break the fucking pyramid! Holy shit, that's the most infinite health pyramid I've ever seen. Do I actually have... I don't have my oldest Immaterial Missing Power on YouTube, actually. So I'd like to look back and double check the name of the spell, but I can't take it right now. It's just one of those spells that sucks ass because of jumping and crouching mechanics. Nope. That was an early bomb. Okay, for the sake of having a run, I shouldn't greed out the super tryhard here. But anything worse than a 2-bomb and I'll probably call it for the night. Okay, nice. Woo! Thank you, Grimmy. Shoot like they're in easy mode. Well, that's just because they're low level. Actually, could have broke there. Bro. Yeah. Unfortunate. I should have bombed there, but I didn't bomb in time. I got greedy. Whatever. Well, we'll route it out and grind that shit out tomorrow.